Welcome to the Marketon, Insider Secrets to Marketing Your Business on the Internet. I'm going to kick you, Brian, if you're all right. I'm going to talk to you in a bit. Welcome back, Tom.
Hey.
Hey, Tom.
Nice little Filipino blackout. No
Oh, yeah?
Very cool.
Yep, so look at this, Tom. We've raised over $1,000 extra. I think Tom Cohn's trying to come in as well, but we're almost breaking $6,000 in total. I want to thank everyone. It means a lot to Dylan and the family. I just put 100 in myself, and I'll continue to donate as well. But thank you, everyone. And the donate link, we'll just keep putting it here in the live chat. All right, let's see if we can get Tom Cohn in. Is he struggling, Tony?
He's struggling.
Okay. So, Tom, we lost you. You were gone for a week or so.
I just took a little vacation.
Yeah. But I really loved your story. Like, just so most folks out here probably aren't aware, but I've known Tom for some time now, and we chat a lot, via Skype and things like that. But Tom moved from the States to the Philippines. We talk business all the time, but Tom has been there since the start. And he was telling us earlier that he raised, he took a book, rewrote it, and sold it on ClickBank and amongst other his own merchant accounts and stuff like that, and generated over $60 million in revenue in 4 years' time, which is just, it's just amazing, because a lot of the folks that have come on new since 2009 when all the tools were available and, all the different marketing platforms and stuff, like Tom and I started marketing online before Google AdWords even existed. So that could tell you Facebook wasn't even a sparkle at that time. Right, Tom?
Yeah, it makes me think back to Overture.com.
Oh, yeah. How about GoTo.com before Overture?
Yeah, I wrote an article for one of those because they were the originator of the auction-driven ad platform.
Yeah, they were the first pay-per-click search engine that I recall.
Yep, and it's as nearly as I can tell, it's the closest thing to the perfect business model.
Yeah.
Now, there are examples of it not being perfect, but it's close.
Yeah, and I think we might crash Blab because we have two Toms on.
Tom
joined us. Tom, are you in England?
I am. Sat by the fireside. I was told it was a fireside chat.
You took it
literally.
This is cool.
Hey, Tom. Nice to meet you.
Oh, hey, same, Tom.
Yep.
Jeremiah, you're going to do the interview because I'm going to plug in my coffee machine.
Okay. Priorities.
Yep.
Great.
Watch out,
well,
plug in too much stuff, there might be a blackout.
Yeah, you could go missing yourself. Sparks. Yeah. Anyway, now we have we can keep an eye on Tony and make sure he's okay. But Tom, thanks for joining us for our fireside chat with your fireplace going to add to the atmosphere here. But so just so everyone knows, what we've done is we created a schedule, a loose schedule, but we have folks coming in to talk about all different kinds of topics. Like, you heard the investing, the Forex, the trading and stuff. Tom Bell, who seems to have dropped out again here, he is just one of the old school godfathers of internet marketing as far as I'm concerned. He's been around for a very long time, done some amazing things. Like $60 million on ebook sales in 4 months is no joke. That's a lot. That's a lot of revenue. And then now Tom has come in from England to share with us. Tom, are you going to speak about recurring revenue? Was that the topic?
Sure. Recurring revenue, videos, all that.
Before Tom Cohen stops, because Tom is extremely modest, and he's from Yorkshire, which means that he's extremely modest. And Tom is one of the cleverest guys on the internet. I'm not envious of many people, but Tom and myself are all friends. I would ring Tom up on Skype, no answer, he's not on Skype. So I'd ring him on the phone and he said, "Oh no, we're just gone to Spain for a week, I'll be back in a week."
I'm out. This is not Match.com here.
No, but like he has the ability to be able to just say, "Yeah, I'm taking a week out and gone." He has the internet lifestyle nailed.
That's what they promised me. That's what I was buying.
that's the book you bought, and that's the life you got.
Listen, everybody go over to GoFundMe.com/VTWWWYTG. Click on the Donate Now button. Listen to this. Click on the Donate Now button. It'll take you to a page. It'll ask you for some details, and then it'll say, give this amount every month. Look at that. Everybody's doing subscriptions.
Yeah, I like it. Nice. That's a good side. And I have this one.
That's right.
That's from our friend Joel.
You can't come on this call unless you've got a music box. And I've got.
Yeah. Hey guys, check it out. I'm going to share a picture of
granddaughter.
Okay, let's get back to business before we lose everybody in the club. The whole thing about the dividends.
Absolutely, but listen, if you're not having a laugh, you're not making money, are you? Look at that, it's good stuff.
This is true.
Yeah. So hit me with some questions. I could talk about video. I could talk about video marketing. I could talk about memberships and subscriptions and automated money. I think the biggest takeaway I would make sure everybody gets from this call is anybody that's been involved in sales, anybody that's grown a business, you get up on a Monday morning, the first of the month, and you go out there and you get as much business as you can. You work hard, you kiss a lot of frogs, you convert some of them, and you pay the bills. Then next month, you start over again. The wonderful thing about subscription businesses and membership businesses is that the money keeps rolling in. It's like a snowball, and it just keeps rolling in, and it can change your life.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. I have not experienced it in terms of product sales, like a digital product membership, but I've experienced it in terms of agency work. So having a retainer model running where clients pay you monthly an amount over and over and over again. And that simple model, you don't, in my experience anyway, you don't have to be this aggressive marketer grinding the gears all the time trying to put $1 in your pocket. It is, you do it right once and you keep servicing people well, and then you actually can have a business that produces for you over and over for years and years and years, right? At least in my experience.
Okay, so you're absolutely right. And it also, you can see why Microsoft are changing their model. So if you remember, if some of these old guys like Tom and me, Will and you, Tony, don't want you to miss out.
There's so many rude signs I want to do, Tom.
So, every year or every 18 months or so, they have to come out with a new version of Windows. And every year, those of us that had got a new computer had to get the new version. And things like Microsoft Word, I mean, there just was invented things to make it interesting. I mean, do you remember the olden days when they put like the flight simulator inside as an Easter egg inside Excel, or the other one? It was like there were just so many people working so many hours that they had to get the next version out, and it was just a great machine that had to be run. I run EasyS3 as a software as a service. People pay me $20, and we just can continually improve it each and every month as business kind of rolls forward in its own right. So we're always making it better. We're always doing things behind the scenes, but nobody's really getting any big, huge amount of annual revenue. So the subscription model is perfect for software. It's also very good for, you talk about there's not many digital products. I would turn around and invert that and say, look at the opportunity to add recurring revenue in your business. And if you think about it, I'm absolutely certain there'll be a way. Usually you sit down with some people and there's usually always a way to think about how to add it as complementary, as a service element, and it's only a small amount per month. But if you have your customers just paying you $1 a month, that will grow, that will snowball, and it will, at the very least, keep you in touch with your customers, because it's customers staying in touch now and not prospects. And they're going to read your emails because they're paying for them.
Beautiful. That's a huge tip in my experience. Like just so folks know who don't know me here, obviously we're doing this donation to help my cousin Dylan, and we have the GoFundMe page here, so please go donate. But I sell business to business, and a lot of it is complex sales, very high ticket sales into corporations. So CEOs, CTOs, CIOs, all those C-level suite people. And a lot of times what companies are doing is you're always looking for that next customer. And what you just said it could completely transform a lot of businesses if people would focus more energy on how can I add that repeat membership customer base to take my existing customers, instead of only selling them, one thing once a year. I want to get even a small membership model in there. And then what that does is, I think if I heard you correctly, most people are trying to market to a list that's not a customer, right? They're always emailing out to people, but these are customers. Even if they're paying you $1 a year, they're going to listen to you more, and they're going to be a lot better than just a cold list.
Okay, so in your particular, it's important to look at each business setup in its own right, and there are different ways to look at the different models. But in your particular situation, maybe some of your customers would want you to provide an exclusive service, and you don't understand to offer that because you don't have the model in place.
Right.
So you're not really meeting halfway.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that would contain, but it wouldn't take long to sort of sit down and talk to your existing customers and sort of say, well, look, we're thinking of introducing these new services. We'll give you advance notice when there's a certain type of cyber script going around. We can give you some kind of inner circle thing.
Yeah, we've actually
self-funding, and the relationship is stronger, and it keeps your competition out.
Yep. You were going to say something?
Yeah, I'd like to use this as a perfect opportunity, Tom, to twist Jeremiah's arm on a private matter. Jeremiah, I'm going to be careful because I don't want to talk about your business, but
okay.
But any business that serves a particular kind of prospect, and it's fair to say that at least one of your businesses, Jeremiah, requires a certain caliber of customer. Yeah. So I believe, like, I'm kind of a Pareto 80-20 fanatic. It's an obsession. Yeah. And not only can you optimize for the top 20% of the market where you want to get your sales, there's a lot of value in protecting yourself from the bottom 20% of your market. Like these people will harm you. These are your refunds, your chargebacks, and the people that waste a lot of time. Now, I don't want to color these folks in a bad way. They just don't require the big money program. So I think that continuity, even for a high-end B2B pitch, continuity is a great way to serve the people who aren't quite ready. They're getting digital content. They're not taxing your actual high-end service staff. And when they grow, they'll be committed customers. So I look at continuity, Tom and Jeremiah, as a great way to serve the people who might not be right for the high-end programs, but keep them in the tent and make money, while you're at it. So I just thought I'd throw that in.
Yeah, it's also a great defense mechanism, I think, if I'm hearing correctly.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I just want to do a small bit of housekeeping, guys, for 2 seconds. Yeah. Just to say to all the speakers that are sitting there, we're running about 15 minutes behind. So we're not doing too bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Service interruption over.
Keep going.
So, what else would you like me to answer? While you've got the two Toms on.
Okay, so why don't we have the two of you? We're kind of asking this question of everybody, because what we plan to do here is make a book, a video sequence, and then use that as part of the fundraiser as well for Dylan. So the 3 tips to create a recurring business, we've beaten 6,000. Excellent. So Tom Cohen, 3 tips to create a recurring business. And then Tom Bell, 3 tips to the copy that would crush it.
Okay, so I think once you understand lifetime customer value, you would be looking for a way to bring continuity into your business. So the big brands spend an awful lot of money making sure you buy their particular brand, but we're only small players, so we have to use our money more effectively. And having continuity, even understanding the lifetime customer value, will change your business approach. It makes you run a more ethical business, and it means oftentimes you can spend more on marketing than your competitors can. Because you understand the model of lifetime customer value. So whether that's for me to get into or for somebody else to get into, that's okay. So what would the 3 tips be to get into a membership or a subscription business? First of all, to know it's possible. Second of all, to know there are tools out there to make it easy. There are lots of different software resources that can make it very possible. The third of all, to know that you're going to be...
Let's be fair, since that's what you've done recently. And you won't promote yourself, but I'll do it for you.
So it's not my way. You know, it's not my way. So people find us, they buy our thing, and it's very nice, and I'm always very appreciative. I have a slightly weird approach to this internet marketing industry. So I've always been lucky on the market and sell myself. I've always been really 110% on helping people who become customers. I look after customers because they pay my bills. I don't look after prospects because, like you said earlier, Tom, sometimes prospects can be a big drain. It's just been my business life, and I found it's given me a good quality of life. So you have to bear with me for that. So there are good tools out there that you can use. And then third of all, if you understand that you're going to stay in business with people for a long time, then understand that you can develop relationships, build friendships, and ultimately, good karma. It will all come back. And the quality of lifestyle I've got now is nothing like they promised me when I left school. When I left school, there wasn't jobs like this. The world didn't exist like this. I couldn't sit in front of my fire and talk to people on the other side of the planet. Yeah, it wasn't available. You know, they wanted me to join the army, and like, it's just so fantastic where we are. So, I mean, that's having some. I'm getting my bit, and I do that by delivering a good service to the people who pay my bills. My focus is always on the people who pay my bills, and sometimes I'm a bit unkind, if you like, to people who don't pay my bills. So that's my 3 tips. They're hidden in there if you heard them.
Sorry, I had to go do a little job. So, Thomas Bell?
So, man, there's just 3. That's going to be hard. I think. Yeah,
we're a tough crowd.
I think the biggest one is serve them where they stand. It's never about your solution. It's about their problem. And if you try to shoehorn, what you think is great, into their wallets, it never works. So learn your customer. If you want to own great copy, there's a few ways to get to it. But any of those paths include knowing what makes the people hurt, knowing what makes them afraid, knowing what the problem is. And then, if possible, communicating that answer in all the different ways that people listen. If you're selling to a 21-year-old Gen Z female, it's a different pitch than a 50-year-old baby boomer, 60. It's different. So the market's moving to what I call adaptive funnels and adaptive copy that build a bubble around the prospect and sell directly to them.
I love that concept. I know we've talked about it a ton, but that's smart stuff right there. I mean, being able to give people what they want when they want it and customize the message to them as they react and move through the process.
Sure.
It's no more of like, oh, I hope this thing works. Like I wrote it and I think they're going to want it. It moves with them based on their interaction, right?
Sure. And it's the distance between a bullhorn and a conversation. Conversations sell a lot better than a bullhorn. So that's tip 1. Tip 2 would be polish. How does Covey say it? He says, sharpen the saw. Learn the skills. And it's not copy courses because I don't recall ever having read a copy course.
Wow.
It's learning about people, learning what makes people tick, maybe learning some NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and just making a study of people. And if you're unclear, ask.
Yeah.
Like, why did you do that? Why did you say that? I mean,
I can add to that. In my experience, it's not obviously the only way to do it, but I had a corporate job 10 years back, 11 years back now. And it was my first real sales job. Mm-hmm. And you know how I learned how to sell? There was no training, really. There was no guide. It was, here, we're going to put you on the phone with this humongous company, and we want you to sell them this thing. So I literally did what you said, and I just said, well, I don't really have, I was nervous, sweating like crazy, but I just asked them what they were doing, what was not working well. Tell me about your problems. Tell me what is working, what's not working. And eventually they opened up and they just told me everything. And then when I got their feedback, I told them how we could potentially solve that problem. They asked for a proposal. We took it away for 2 weeks, brought back the proposal to give them the solution that they told us they wanted. And to me, that was the quickest and best experience I've had in selling. It wasn't from a course or anything like that. It was literally like getting pushed into it. And that process allowed me to sell into 60 companies in my first 8 months, on that job. But to your point, here comes Charlie. To your point, that taught me some of the best. It was the best education ever on selling. Was just getting in the fire. And
we're
listening.
on a clock and we're running behind. So guys, thank you.
One more point.
The last point is the shameless plug in disguise, but it really is a piece of advice. Okay. In any matter in your business. The worst statement in all of business is, if it's going to get done right, it's going to be because I did it myself.
Yeah.
You're damn lucky if you're really good at like one or two things. So copy's going to come, because if you don't think you're good at copy, hire a professional.
Right.
Here's my email, inspectorprofit@gmail.com. But
put it in the box.
Put it in the box. Put it in the box.
But seriously, if you're being held back in your business, don't be afraid to spend money on experts.
Yeah, reach out to Tom. Again, he sold $60 million in 4 years, so he knows a little bit about it.
Put your email in the chat on the site so everybody can get it. And Tom Cohen, you do the same for MemberGate. MemberGate. Yeah, Tom hasn't even told us what he does yet. He's not going to have time. He's gone.
I'm anything. I get a good copywriter to do it for me.
A little bit of everything. Develop offers, run companies, write copy, whatever you need. I'll do it.
Awesome. Thanks, Tom. All right. 2 Toms.
Thanks, guys. I'm going to give
really appreciate you coming on.
All right.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Talk to you guys.